Hi guys, and welcome back to My Summer Car. In this episode we are planning to try and find the shop. Haven't been there before, but we've eaten our last pack of food, which was the hot dogs, so they're gone. And we've got our dirtiness level under control by going in the sauna, but other than that we've got nothing left. So when we run out of food, when our hunger starts going up, that's it. So we need to get some food. That's the first thing. Second thing we need is to get a fan belt for the engine, because we're not going anywhere without it. And I'm also going to need things like oil and coolant, brake fluid and stuff like that, which we don't have here. And I do know from doing a bit of internet research magic that is available in the shop. So I think we're going to take this van. There are a couple of other vehicles available to us, but I think we'll take the van with us, and we'll see how this goes. This is probably the easiest way to die in the game. Okay, the ignition's there, so I think I'll press enter to enter driving mode. I can't reach the ignition, so I'm going to need to move slightly before I can get it started. It's kind of there. Can you... what's going on? Maybe I need to take it out of handbrake first and stuff. Let's have a look. So basically I need to click on the ignition. Right, yeah. No, I wasn't in driving mode. In driving mode. Oh man, how do I get this thing started? Enter driving mode. Handbrake. Okay, so can we now start it? Let's see. I'm over too far to be able to hit the ignition. Okay, so we've got it. Brake off. We need to try and turn it over, and I think if we give it some gas at the same time. Yep, we managed to get it started. Perfect. Right, let's get into a better driving position now. Okay, that feels about right. We put in first gear. I think that's gear up like that, yeah. Okay, and we're off. So we can put gear up. I think if I go off the road and crash, that's pretty much the end of it, so I've got to be careful. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned I've got a permadeath turned off on this, so it won't end the game completely, and that was just because when I was messing about on it, it is really easy to die, and in the interests of making an entertaining YouTube series, I didn't want people to maybe be invested in it and then it had to end because I made a stupid mistake, and permadeath meant we're starting from scratch again. So I've had that turned off, but this is very, very difficult to control. I think we almost rolled the van then, so that was close, but let's keep going. Okay, so we're coming down to a junction here, and I'm going to want to go right when we get down there. So that's right towards... Not even going to try. Not even going to try and pronounce it. I could do with going down again. Oh. See, that's what happens. I'm looking at the keyboard to work out where my shift down button is, and almost turn the van over. Should be able to go back up now. Yeah, there we go. So when I was playing around on it, I did die here because I went off the road on this bend. Oh, almost like that. Oh, unfortunately we died. So I think now, because permanent death's not turned on, we're going to be able to start back at the house, but the van won't be there. The van will be stranded where we crashed it, so I'm going to need to take another vehicle. Luckily there is another vehicle, and then maybe we'll try and tow the van back or something like that, but for now let's see if we can get out of here and start again. Okay, so yeah, we're back at the house. I'm pretty sure the van's going to be gone, but let's get around the front and find out. Yep, van's gone, unfortunately. So we're going to have to find different vehicle. There's a lorry, I know, parked over here. And it's not the best, but I think it is easier to control, at least. So hopefully that'll be able to get us where we need to go. There is a way of hooking up like a tow rope from the back. I'll have a quick look at that now, actually. Because we might be able to tow the van back afterwards, which would be useful because obviously we don't want to lose the van and there's no other way to get it back. I think, yep, towing hook, so yeah, we can go and connect that to something. So I don't know how to get rid of it for now. Whoops. Okay, we got rid of the tow rope. Right, so let's get this truck moving, shall we? Okay, doors closed. Seems like it's raining into the lorry somehow, but there you go. Right, enter driving position. Where's our ignition? Okay, so we've managed to get this this truck started. So we're going to try and use this to get down to. No, well, we're going to try and use it to get down to the shop, and then potentially use it to try and tow the van home afterwards. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, so this is so far much easier to control than the van. So this is working out pretty well. We'll see how we get on. So the van, I managed to get the truck stuck off the road. So this is not a very successful episode so far, by any stretch of the imagination. So I guess I'm going to run ahead and see if the van is drivable, because it's actually not that far away from where I've got the lorry stuck. And then if that's available, I'll go to the shop in that. On the way back, try and drag the lorry out of wherever it's stuck. I guess new plan. It's going to have to be fluid because I'm sure lots of things will go wrong along the way, but I'll catch up with you when I get to the van. Yes, I found the van. So hopefully this van is in driving condition now. Everything's starting to look a bit dire in terms of my stats and stuff at the top. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so we managed to get the van back on the road after a lot of very tricky manoeuvring. So we're going to continue on now. It's pretty dark. Try and get to the shop. And like I say, on the way back from the shop, if we make it that far, we'll look at what we can do about getting the lorry out of the ditch that it's stuck in. Okay, there's a car coming, so we're not going to mess around at all. We're just going to get clear out the way. Okay, we've hit some kind of actual tarmac road, which is nice. We're going to go right down this way. And now there's actually a main road. Right, so we switch down to first gear. The last thing I want to do is accidentally get wiped out coming onto this road here. Right, here we go, we're on. So we're going to go down here, and I believe there's like a service station kind of style thing somewhere, and that's the shop we're going to go to. So there's some lights up ahead. I believe it might be here that we want to go to. Yeah. Whoa, don't crash now. Okay, so yeah, we can pull into here, and it looks like there's buildings down here. Yep. That, I believe, on the left there is the shop that we're looking for. Can't believe we actually made it here in the end, but we did. After a lot of problems. Handbrake on. We'll turn the car off. Right, I just need to move over there. Let it cool down a bit. Right, so this is the shop. It does look like... Oh, no, it's shut. It is actually shut. We're going to have to wait for morning. Oh, there's a pub open here. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to wait for daytime before we can get into this shop, but it potentially looks like we're not too far from the sun coming up, so we'll just hang out and wait for the shop to open. Okay, so it's daytime finally, and the shop's open. So let's see what we can get. Shopkeeper, right? There's food, oil. So we're going to need some oil. Do we buy that? Looks like it. So we'll buy like 3 things of oil. Buy a few of those because we might need them. I'm guessing that's coolant. Buy some of those. Right, so that's the car stuff we need. Fan belt, Holt belt, definitely need that. Right, food. Can we... I was hoping we could have that coffee because I am completely fatigued and we've still got to drive all the way back. Right, there's sugar and stuff like that. There's beer. What else have we got? Potato chips. Probably just buy like all of that. Buy some more sausages, some pizzas. Yep, how much is that coming to? Is that like half of my money? Yeah, let's not go too crazy then. Let's get some crates of beer. Let's get like 2 of those, and then let's call that. Shopping bag. Did all of that fit into that shopping bag? Oh no, it's all down there. Right, so I'm going to have to load all this into the van. I'll just kind of throw it towards the door for now and then pick it up from there, because I don't think anything actually breaks in the game. Is that everything? I don't want to leave anything behind, seeing as I've paid for it all. Right, so let's just see if we can get this stuff into the van. No, I can't throw it in, but I'll throw it over to the van. I think this is probably the most efficient way to do things, rather than like do so many trips back and forwards. Wrong button. Ah, that's rubbish. Okay, get all this into the van, and then we can be ready to finally head back. I probably could do with... I don't know how to actually unpack my shopping. I'm guessing that everything in the bag is like my food and stuff like that. Potentially I think maybe I have to get it home before I can use it. So I can't eat any food or anything yet, so I could really do with getting home as soon as possible now. Right, so everything loaded up in the van. Just make sure the door's shut so it doesn't all fall out. If I can click the handle. There we go. Perfect. Right, let's get back. Okay, van started. Let's go. Right, first gear. Handbrake's on. Okay, and we're off. So, next job is to actually try and get the lorry back out of the ditch that it's in. And then try and get these goods. No! Oh my god. Well, great. So, I'll get back to you when I've decided what to do. Okay, there's a tractor over here. Tractor arm. Handbrake off. And we're going. Tow hook. Right, this is attempt 2. We're pulling it out backwards. If this doesn't work, we're going to have to abandon it here and hope that it's not integral to the game later down the line. Yep, so it looks like it's going to have to be left behind, unfortunately, so we're going onwards to try and find the van now. Okay, so here's the van, wedged in a tree over there, right. Okay, tow hook. Tow hook. Don't know how well this is going to work, if at all, but it's pretty much the only option to get both vehicles back when we end up in this position, so door closed. Right, let's see how we get on. Okay, so we're towing the van, not very successfully, but it is being towed. Here we go, taking it down the dirt road now. See how sketchy this is. It's kind of just being dragged along. Okay, we've got a pretty good distance and the van is still somehow connected. Still being dragged along behind us. It is all over the place, but we're making progress. Okay, so we're on the final stretch towards our home. We've still got the van in tow, so it's all working pretty well so far. Okay, so we've finally actually made it home with the van. Whoa, and everything's going wrong all of a sudden. Okay, so I managed to get out and disconnect the van, so let's just get this back up the drive now, I guess. So we can... will it still start after being dragged all that way? Yeah, there we go. Should just be able to take this back up to the house. Is it this one? No, it's the next one. And I'll go and sort out the tractor at another time because I just really can't be bothered with it right now. Parking brake on, ignition off, out of the van, and we're home with all our supplies, which are all over the place. I can't get in the back of the van. I want to go in because everything was in a shopping bag to start with, which was useful, but I guess when I died and reloaded it ended up all over the place. But the thing that I mainly wanted was the fan belt. See if we can put it in place. Tick. So we want to tension that up to it, right? And then tighten that bolt up, and that's it. Engine finished. So that really was the last thing that I needed to do with the actual engine before it drops into the engine bay. Open up. Going to find the right spanner, or realise that it's actually a screwdriver that you need. Looks like you got to keep kind of like tightening it. Okay, that's it. Perfect. So that's the engine completely finished. Worst trip to the shops ever. We did get back with all the stuff we need to keep surviving. And also, hopefully, just make sure everything's in there, actually. But I'm just realising that I can't see any oil bottles, which is a bit concerning. No, there is some oil. At least a couple, which is 3. Yeah, I think that's what we bought. We've got a coolant and all that kind of stuff. So we should have what we need to survive and what we need to get the car fully up and running now without having to take any other trips out in the near future. Thank God, because it really was the worst trip to the shops ever. Right guys, I'm going to call that an end for this episode. In the next one we'll look at maybe fitting some of the parts into the car and maybe even looking at getting the engine fitted, working maybe on some of this suspension stuff. If you're enjoying the video, if you like the series, please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel. That's how I know what to keep making. And I've just realised we didn't pick up fuel, so we are going to have to take another trip to the shop, unfortunately. Right guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.